Have you ever had anyone say, "Wow, this place is a pigsty"? Well, today we're going to read a story about a little boy's room that is a pigsty. And have you ever had a messy room? And what happened in your room if you didn't clean it up? So, in Pigsty by Mark Teague, we're going to see what happened to Wendell, the main character, when he didn't clean up his room. Think you have any guesses? Monday afternoon, Wendell Foltz's mother told him to clean his room. "It's turning into a pigsty," she said. What do you think the mom's feeling? Do you think she's happy? Do you think she's upset with Wendell? Yeah. Wendell went upstairs. Much to his surprise, a large pig was sitting on his bed. "Pardon me," said Wendell. He shoved some toys into his closet. But the pig didn't seem to mind the mess, and Wendell found that he didn't mind the pig either. He decided to take a break. How would you feel if there was a pig in your room? Do you think you'd be happy? Do you think you'd mind the pig like Wendell? Or do you think you just wouldn't care? When Wendell's mother came to look at his room, the pig was hiding, but the mess was still there. She threw up her hands. "Okay, Wendell," she said, "if you want to live in a pigsty, that's up to you." Wendell could hardly believe his luck. "Now I can live however I want." He didn't even worry when he came home on Tuesday and found a second pig in his room. The mess had grown a bit worse, but he was able to jam most of it under his bed. "Pigs are all right," he said, "as long as it's only one or two." In fact, they had a wonderful time. They played Monopoly until late each night, and left the pieces lying all over the floor. They had paper airplane wars and pillow fights. The bed became a trampoline. What do you think is going to happen next? Do you think any more pigs are going to come into Wendell's room? Or do you think he's going to clean up his room? Then, 2 more pigs showed up. The mess just grew and grew. That night, when Wendell went to bed, the pigs were lying everywhere. They rolled up in his blankets and hogged the pillows, too. Wendell told himself he didn't mind, but then he found hoof prints on his comic books. How would you feel if you found hoof prints on your comic books or things that you really liked? Would you be happy? Would you be upset? And how do you think Wendell is starting to feel? And Friday, when he got home from school, he saw that someone had been sitting on his basketball. And his baseball cards were all chewed. "That does it," said Wendell. "I've had enough." He ran downstairs to tell his mother. "Sorry," she said, "but your room is your responsibility." She handed him a broom. Wendell started to complain. The mess was too huge. But suddenly, he remembered a saying that he heard, that many hooves make light work. He marched upstairs and organized a cleaning crew. What do you think Wendell's going to have the pigs do? They swept and scoured, polished and scrubbed. Later that afternoon, Wendell inspected his room and pronounced it clean. In fact, it was a bit too clean, from a pig's point of view. So, while Wendell inspected, the pigs prepared to go home. One of them had made a phone call, and a farm truck came to pick them up. They hugged and grunted and oinked goodbye. From that day on, Wendell kept his room clean. Except for those nights when his friends came by to play Monopoly.